Top of the morning to you chaps. It's actually the evening, but regardless of that, welcome to the Bottle Opener, the only bartending show on the internet where we ask you the question, do you like hair on your chest? Okay, we don't ask that too much, but just a little bit. Tiny bit.
Captain Morgan's Original Spiced Rum Tasting Notes.
On this episode, we're going to be doing another tasting notes of, where is it? Captain Morgan's Original Spiced Rum. So for those of you who weren't distracted by my my red spot there in the opening and remembered my last episode, I don't know what that has to do with my opening, but who remembered the last episode where I tasted Bacardi Oakheart and was promising another spiced rum tasting. Captain Morgan's Original Spiced Rum. Truth be told, I'm not really looking forward to this. This stuff is not a sipping rum, in my opinion, but it is a fairly important product because it is the first spiced rum that ever used that label. And the smell is actually really nice. Maple, toffee, caramel, and butterscotch. Seriously, that's all in there. All of it. Mostly maple toffee, though, I'm going to say. Initial tasting, though. Tastes like solvent. Seriously. And a finish of maple. That's the good part. The only good part. This stuff does not have much flavor if you don't mix it down. So, we are going to do this trick again, and hopefully I won't spill any water on me at all. Boom! Oh man, I don't think that was totally frame perfect, was it? That's it. Poured all the water out on the first try. Whatever. Got a few drops in there. You know what? I happen to know that this stuff is fairly toxic tasting, so I'm going to add a little bit more water. Stir it around a little bit. Don't be too violent when you're stirring this stuff. I made that mistake a lot in my earlier tastings, but as I've moved on in my journey of tasting spirits, wow, that actually brings out the flavor a lot. The flavor of maple, that is. As I've moved on in my journey, I have noticed that you want to be very careful stirring spirits around because their aromas are often very subtle, and you don't really want those scent molecules getting flung out of the glass. In theory. I don't know if that actually happens, but you just don't want to overdo it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's a very thin flavor. Not like the Bacardi Oakheart. Hints of maple and toffee. Maple toffee, rather. Now, it's not very woody or floral, like the Oakheart. I should have mentioned, I don't think I did in the last review, the Oakheart has just a tiny hint of wood in it, and it's kind of weird to me for having the name Oakheart. I don't know if that's just my own perception or if I missed out on something in my tasting, but I don't notice it that much. This has a very good smell, though. Not as good as the Oakheart. That one had a more floral aroma once you added the water. There's not a lot to this. There's not much I can say. It kind of tastes like water. Now, I did add some water to it, so that would suggest to me that there isn't a lot of flavor in this. Regardless of that, it's made, I believe, with 10 different herbs and spices. It doesn't actually say on this bottle, but I'm sure it says somewhere. I've seen it before. Regardless of that, it isn't bad, but it is not the same standard as the Oakheart. I'm going to be a little bit generous and give this a 70 out of 100. But something kind of on the positive side that I should say, it isn't that syrupy for being mostly the flavor of maple. So maybe I should give it like a 72 or something. We'll leave that floating in the air. It is a little bit pleasant. It's good for mixing with highballs. Spiced rum and Coke. Folks, if you liked this video, please comment, favorite, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like it, share it with someone you hate. Seriously. Make them suffer through it just like you did. Ciao. See you next time.